Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to apply Pythagoras theorem to solve for an unknown side in a right-angled triangle. Take for instance, you have a right-angled triangle in this form, and you have here as angle A, C, and B. If the right angle is located here, the theorem says that the side facing this right angle is the hypotenuse. Let's call it C. And then depending on the angle that is given, for instance, if angle B is given, this side facing angle B becomes the opposite. And let's call it B. And this side now, CB, becomes the adjacent. This theorem says that, for instance, if this opposite side is given as 4 and the adjacent is given as 3, we can use these two known sides to find the unknown side applying this theorem. So, for instance, to find C in this triangle now, it becomes C squared equals 4 squared plus 3 squared. C squared equals, the square of 4 is 16 and the square of 3 is 9. Therefore, C squared equals 25. By the time we find the square root of both sides, C squared equals the square root of 25. Square cancels out this one and this C becomes 5. So now, with this understanding, we are going to solve another example to further explain how to apply this theorem. We have a question here that involves this figure. We are asked to find the value of x. Before I begin to solve, I want you to pause this video and see if you can identify how many triangles you can find in this figure. Okay, if your answer is 2 right angle triangles, you are absolutely correct because we have one here and we have another right angle triangles here, because if you see one angle here is 90 because of this shape, you have another one here. Now we are talking about Pythagoras theorem. We can apply Pythagoras theorem to find an unknown side in a right angle triangle when two sides are known. But in this case now, x is in the second right angle triangle. And if you check, only one side is known. We have just 3 cm. This is unknown and this is unknown. But let's take a quick look at the second right angle triangle. These two triangles share a common line, which is this. Let's call this side y. They share a common side, which is YCM. Now, we can apply the Pythagoras theorem in this first triangle to find the value of y first. That is the first thing we are going to do to make our solving very easy. Now, let's apply Pythagoras theorem. You know that the angle that is the side facing the angle 90 is the hypotenuse and is usually the longest side. So this can be the opposite and this can be the adjacent, whichever one. Now, if we want to apply, you know the theorem says that if we call this side now as C and this as A, this becomes side B. And the theorem says C squared equals the square of A plus the square of B. Now, let's impute in our values. C in this right angle triangle is 13. So we have here 13 square equals our A equals 12 square plus our B is unknown. Now let's find the value of 13 square. 13 square, if you press your calculator, is 169 equals 12 square is 144 plus B square. The next thing we are going to do now is to group the like terms together. So 144 will now become 169 minus 144 equals B squared. Now we now have B squared equals 169 minus 144 will give us 25. To find B, we find the square root of both sides. This square, we cancel out this square root. So therefore, B equals 5 cm. Now, and our side B equals y. So here now is now 5. Now that we have these two sides, it is easier for us to find x. So let's do that quickly. If you have followed me up to this point in this video, I sincerely appreciate you. And if you are yet to subscribe, kindly support me by subscribing to my channel. Put on your post notifications so that when next I post any video, you will be the first to see it. Thank you. We are going to ignore this first triangle and focus our attention on only the second triangle to find the side x. Okay, so if you recall, this side now facing the right angle triangle becomes the hypotenuse, and this can either be the opposite or the adjacent. So applying the theorem now, we also have, so this is C and this is A and this is B. So applying the theorem, it becomes C square equals A square plus B square. C in this triangle here is 5. So 5 square equals A square is 3 square. Then we have B that is unknown. Now 5 square equals 25. 3 square equals 9 plus B square. Now if we collect like terms, 25 minus 9 equals B square. 25 minus 9 is 16 equals B square. To find our B, we find the square root of both sides. This we cancel out. Then B equals 4. And our B equals x. Therefore, the value of our x equals 4 cm. Kindly let me know if this video was helpful to you in any way. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Meanwhile, evaluate these and test your understanding